What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today's video, we are going to be digging into your October general predictions. So in today's video, we're going to just be getting into like overall energies influencing you as you navigate throughout the month of October. And then we're just going to kind of see what general messages come through. So this could pick up on a certain situation that you're going to encounter as you navigate the month. This could pick up on something from your career, your finances, your love life. Maybe it's just an energy that you're working through as you navigate the month of October. Could be a number of different scenarios, but it will be just general in nature, okay? So today's video I'm super excited about. We are going to be doing a more spooky fall Halloween theme in terms of the decks that I'm going to be using today. So we are going to be using the Halloween Oracle today. I'm also going to be using the Haunted House Tarot deck. And just because for me this is like a staple in all my readings, we're also going to be working with the Energy Oracle card. So not really a Halloween theme, but just a true staple in most of my readings, if you've probably noticed that. So as always, you guys, these readings are general in nature. I always say this, just make sure that you understand before going into the reading, like, they're general, a lot of people watch them, so for some of you guys, you may view this and it feels like a true, like, personal reading that you paid for yourself. For others of you, there just might be a couple messages that resonate and some that don't. So anything that resonates with you, feel free to take that with you. Anything that doesn't resonate, it probably isn't for you. Just go ahead and feel free to leave it behind. If there is something that you wanted to book a personal reading on, the details on how you can do that will be listed in the description box down below. And also, the other thing I want you to keep in mind is that with predictive readings, you have the power to change them. So today's reading is really going to pick up on your October month, the energies based off of what you're in, the energies that you're in today. So what that means is that what we pick up on in today's reading could possibly pivot and shift depending on the actions that you decide to take. So that's great, because if you see something predicted in today's reading and you're like, oh my gosh, don't want that, you have the ability to change up your actions and create a different future for yourself. So just keep in mind that you have free will to make those changes if it's something that you want to do. Please go ahead, you guys, if you have a second, like the video, subscribe to the channel. It really, really helps, and be sure to hit the bell so that you know when I'm uploading new content. So let's go ahead. I'm going to get you guys a close-up of the card selection right now. All right, you guys, so here are the choices that we have for today's pick a card reading for your general prediction for the month of October. So group 1 is going to be this beautiful honey calcite. Group 2 is the rhodochrosite. Group 3 is the tiger's eye sphere. And then group 4 is this little turquoise chunk. So just take a moment, take a few deep breaths, really meditate on these cards. Think about your month ahead. Think about the month of October. And when you guys are ready, go ahead and select the card or crystal that you're feeling the most intuitively pulled to. You can use the timestamps down below to fast forward to your reading. Hey, group number 1. So let's go ahead and see what is happening for you guys in the month of October. So we've got the rest of your stack here. First card we have is Skull of the Stars, Infinite Possibilities. Well, that's a really positive way to spend your month. Okay, we have Rest and Rejuvenation. From the tarot, we have the Magician. We have Justice. Ooh, and then we have the King of Cups. Okay, group 1, you guys have a really, really cool month ahead. So these two cards here are intended to represent the overall energy that's influencing you as you navigate throughout the month of October. And then these are kind of like your timing of events and energies that you'll experience, okay? So I want to start off on this side here to the left of your reading. So we kick it off here with Skull of the Stars, Infinite Possibilities. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, as you're navigating throughout the month of October, this month for you is really about expansion. What's really catching my eye with this skull is the full moon behind his head and the universe kind of right behind as well. So what this is reminding me of is that I feel like maybe for some of you guys, you're closing out a chapter in your life as you enter the month of October, or maybe as you're navigating throughout this month. You're closing something out, but at the same time as you're closing something out, I feel like you guys are planning for something new. And I feel like you're coming to this realization that you've really got the whole world at your feet, and you can really have whatever it is that you want to have. You can create whatever it is that you want to create for yourself. We also have right next to it the rest and rejuvenation card. So I do think that as you guys are navigating the events of your life in the month of October, there is an element of like needing to go within, maybe needing to meditate on a certain situation in your life, or meditate within, or go within, I should say, to kind of help plan whatever your next move and whatever your next step is going to be, okay? And I think this is going to be really important. You know, I do see, like I'm really kind of seeing that you guys are pretty isolated as you move through the month of October. I'm not seeing a ton of outside influences or outside distractions, and I think that that's really good for you guys as you're navigating, you know, potential changes in your life, because you do want to make sure that you're making the right decision for you and that you're not allowing external circumstances to get in the way or influence you, you know, in one way or another. And I think sometimes that can really happen, especially when we have close friends in our lives, family members, things like that. I definitely think that it's easy to allow other people to sway our decision making. So I see you guys being very intentional this month about like going within to really reflect and meditate on what it is that you really want to do as you expand your life and as you move forward. Okay, so let's get into your specific details that you're going to be moving through as you navigate the month. So you guys, I really feel like this is a really big month for a lot of you because you do have two major arcana showing up in your month. So what this tells me is that these are very fixed, almost like karmic lessons that you're intended to learn as you move through the month of October, or they're just very fixed, prominent energies that you will experience that you'll be challenged with as you move through this month. So at the beginning of your month here, we start off with the Magician. And the Magician energy is really about manifestation, which really, I think, ties in amazingly well with your overall energy. It's like you guys are kicking off your month with this realization of like, you know what? I have the power to create whatever it is that I want. I have the power to manifest or call into my life whatever energy I want to do. And I see you guys really stepping into this power as you kick off the beginning of your month. I feel like you guys are really confident. You're standing in your power. You know that you have the skills to be able to do whatever it is that you want to do. And maybe for some of you guys, this is also a message about like, you know, perfecting your skills, fine-tuning your skills, continuing to practice. So like, you know, if some of you guys are wanting to expand maybe within your career field, for example, maybe there's a certain skill that you're perfecting or mastering as you start the beginning of your month. That's just an example. That could be a scenario for a couple of you, right? So mastery is of importance, mastery of a skill in order to get you this growth and expansion that you're desiring is for sure kind of your fixed energy as you enter the beginning of the month of October. Now, as you guys enter toward like the middle of the month of October, we have the Justice energy. So this is probably the one card in your spread where there are people kind of in the background here, and they look quite menacing, don't they? This is the Haunted Tarot, the Haunted House Tarot, so that could be part of it. But I do feel like as you guys move toward the middle of the month, there is something around fairness and balance that comes into play. And I do feel with this being the card of Libra, that this could have to do with relationships in your life. So especially with the way that this is depicted with the two kind of like figures here in the background, kind of in the shadows watching her, I do feel, you know, maybe this is where this rest and rejuvenation energy kind of kicks in, right? You're trying to kind of balance what it is that you're doing and your own manifestations. And maybe you're also trying to balance the work that you're doing, the inner work, with the relationships with people around you. So this could have to do with friends. This could represent family members. This could be colleagues and coworkers. It could be a number of things, but there is something around balance and fairness and, you know, equality that's coming up for you guys as you navigate your month of October, especially toward the middle. Another message I'm getting is that this could have to do with some sort of a contract for some of you. So if somebody here is watching this, like curious about like a job opportunity or something of that nature, I do feel with that justice energy, there could be some potential contract being signed as you navigate the middle of the month of October, because justice can also represent escalating things to a higher level of commitment or signing an actual contract, legal matters, things of that nature. But for a lot of you guys, I do feel like there's something here around friends and family that's really strongly coming through, and you're having to kind of like decide if, you know, the personal actions that you're taking, maybe if the people around you are truly in alignment with what it is that you want to be doing. But also just overall balance and fairness is something too. You know, maybe you've got two people in your life that you're kind of trying to split your personal time with as well, or two colleagues or coworkers that you're trying to split between. You can kind of see here with this, with the scales that she's holding, that there's a little bit of a off kilter, off balance here. Maybe there's something here for some of you around like the amount of time that you're dedicating to each person of importance, right? It's not that one is more important than another, but maybe there's a need to go within and examine like, am I spending more of my energy on this person, or am I spending and less of my energy on this person, and is that really fair? And if this doesn't have to do with people, you guys, this could just have to do with the way you're expending your energy or dividing up your energy in general. Maybe there's some sort of entity or something in your life that you're overly giving to, and there's a need for you to kind of even out that balance a bit. So there's a lot of messages coming through with the Justice card, so just kind of take whatever applies most to your specific situation. Now we are rounding out the month of October for you guys with the King of Cups. So I feel like this is very positive. This is showing me that you guys are ending out your month feeling very confident in yourselves, definitely feeling in control of yourself emotionally. And I think for a select few of you, this can also be indicative of you stepping more into your power, stepping more into a leadership position of some sort, whether it's a position at work or just a position, you know, in your life in general. Maybe it's among your friend group, something like that. But this King of Cups to me really represents you guys being a compassionate leader, somebody that other people are really inspired by, somebody that other people, like if this is a work situation, they're really inspired to work under, because you want to take care of people. You care about people on an emotional level, and you're somebody that people can kind of come to because like they know that you're going to hear them out. They know that you actually care about them as a person, that it's not just about business or it's not just about other factors, right? So if this is about work for you guys, I definitely see you stepping into this more compassionate leadership role, whether you're actually a leader at your place of employment or not. It could just mean that people are seeing you this way. And for those of you that this message is not about work, I think this is also just a message of the same. You know, people in your surroundings are seeing you as this King of Cups. You're somebody coming through, and you are able to really be that compassionate person that people are just inspired to be around, because you actually care. You care about people. You care about, you know, your surroundings. You want to help others. And I think if this does have to do with people, that would say that, you know, your assessment of balance in the center of the month of October, the middle of the month of October worked, right? Because you've been able to effectively kind of even the scales of justice to the people in your life, and everybody's seeing you as being successfully taking care of other people's emotions, okay? So you guys are definitely planning something new as you guys navigate your month. There is this element of going inward to sort of arrive at this conclusion toward the ending of the month, but overall it's looking really positive, group number one. Sounds like you guys have a really interesting month ahead of you. So I would love to hear from you guys kind of what's going on with you this month. What are some things that you're anticipating happening in your life? Drop me a comment down below and let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye. Hey group 2, so if you chose this little pink rhodochrosite, let's go ahead and take a look at what's coming in for you in the month of October. All right, I do have the rest of your stack here, but let's go ahead and get the first card. Ooh, so we have the Witch, the Earthly Weaver of the Worlds. Cool, that's a really cool card. She looks just like the witch from the Wizard of Oz, but like cuter. Okay, let's see. We have the Angel of Balance. And then from your tarot messages, we have the 8 of Cups. We have the 3 of Cups. And then we have the Four of Cups. Okay. You guys have a really interesting month. Lots of cup energy. For sure. Lots of water energy coming through. I want to start off with, so these two cards here, these have to do with your overall energies that are kind of influencing you as you navigate through the month of October. This one's really screaming at me, but I want to start off with the Witch, okay? So the Witch, we have the earthly weaver of the world. So just intuitively reading this card, I feel like you guys are creating something this month. You're manifesting something this month. It's interesting too that we have the earthly weaver of the world. It's making me think of like material or grounding or things of that nature. So when I say grounding or material, I feel like this could have to do with you guys trying to manifest something within your material realm, your physical world, your home life, something like that. And it's really interesting that we have the Angel of Balance right next to this, because what I'm seeing here with the Witch is a lot of fiery, passionate energy. But with the Angel of Balance, we have this water energy here. So it's almost like we're trying to like successfully manifest something that we're very passionate about this month, maybe having a lot of fun or something like that, but we're trying to balance out our emotions as well. We're trying to keep things really calm and even keeled. Angel of Balance as well is about going within and trusting in your intuition as well. So it's like allowing your inner knowing to guide you forward. I want to, just because I'm not quite as familiar with this Halloween Oracle deck, I'm gonna read the message of the Witch. Oh, perfect, it opened right up. So we can see if we can maybe get a little bit more context behind this message. So we have earth, air, fire, water, a woman lovely, a woman strange, weaver of the worlds, moon's daughter, witch, the catalyst for change. Okay, that's amazing. Like, I don't even know if I need to read anything else about that, because that really kind of spoke some clarity into the card for me. So it says the catalyst for change. Just looking a little bit more here. So let's look at witches as weavers of magic and change through spells and rituals, and even through herbal recipes. They weave the powers of this world and the next in synergy to solve problems and heal. Holding the Witch card means that you can weave your own change throughout your life, and that the magic indeed is afoot. You must understand that you have power and it is real. It may also indicate that others may be threatened by your developing personal power, and that they may not appreciate or like the changes in you as you grow. Be prepared for this and do not be discouraged. New friends and better opportunities will be attracted instead. So I love this, you guys. I feel like you guys with this Witch energy, you're really, like the book said, this is about you guys making some pretty big changes as you navigate throughout the month of October. And with this change, with this power that you're growing within yourself, you may end up finding that there are people in your space that naturally just kind of fall away, because they're not going to be in alignment with this energy, this powerful energy that you're embodying for yourself. You know, we were talking about this Angel of Balance as well, and this again is just about following your inner guidance and following your intuition. So I feel like you guys are very much about you this month. I feel like you guys are very much about doing whatever it is that feels right to you. I think you know that you're in your power. I think you know that it's time to make these changes, and you're very relaxed in your intuition of knowing that it's time for you to just listen to you and let any outside influences really fall away. Something else that's interesting here with the Angel of Balance is that we have this little moon here. So this moon is almost on the precipice of a new moon. It's like fading away from the full to the new. Or no, I'm sorry. This is going from the new moon into the full moon. So it's like starting off on a journey this month, starting something new for yourself is what I'm getting with that. Okay, so let's kind of get into the nitty-gritty details of what I'm seeing here. There's a lot of cups energy, so I do feel like this is going to be an emotionally focused month for you guys. So as you're doing your manifestations, as you're creating this change, you're being the catalyst for change in your own life with this Witch energy. You know, there's a lot of up and down emotions that I'm seeing. So we start off the month of October here with the 8 of Cups energy, and how interesting again is that we have another depiction of the moon in a kind of like halfway stage, right? So it's like, yeah, I think you guys are just really realizing that like you're moving through something new. You're moving through something that might need to be closed out in your life. because the Eight of Cups energy is very much about like seeking fulfillment elsewhere. Even though she's got these 8 cups behind her, she's walking away because there's something about it that's missing for her. There's something that's not fulfilling. So I feel like as you guys start the month of October, you're kind of temporarily walking away from something. And the reason you're doing this is because you're trying to find fulfillment in something else. There's something missing for you, or maybe this is just a situation that's caused you some heartache. It's caused you some emotional, upheaval in your life, maybe for a few of you. And it's like, you know what? I just need to like walk away from this for a little while. And it doesn't mean that you won't come back to it. It just means that it's a temporary journey for you to be able to isolate and focus more on yourself, which really makes sense with this Angel of Balance and the Witch energy. It's like you guys know there's a change with something that needs to be made, but in order for you to figure out how to be the catalyst for that change, you got to walk away and do some inner work first, okay? So then we move into the middle of your month of October, and we have the Three of Cups energy. So Three of Cups for me, like, I don't know why I'm picking up on this for a lot of you, but I do feel like there could be an element of something to do with friendships here. I think especially with when we were reading the message in the book from the Halloween Oracle about people maybe naturally falling away and out of your life as you grow in your own personal power and who you are and in your own authenticity, right? So Three of Cups in the middle of the month, this does tell me that there is some element of like celebration or maybe reunion. So if you did step away from something at the beginning of the month, I do see toward the middle of the month of October, some sort of reunion or reconciliation or celebration, just some element of fun. I also see fun in this Witch card with these bright orange and yellow fiery colors. Like I think of the sacral chakra, which is orange, which is a very fun chakra, very fun color. But what's interesting here is that you have this party going on in the background, right? But then what do we see here in the foreground? It's like this woman, is she drowning? Is she stuck? Is she trapped? She's falling away from the party and people are not even noticing like what's going on with her. This is also, I think I showed you guys in the intro, this is the Haunted House Tarot. Maybe this is a ghost of some sort. I'm not sure. But there's something that I'm intuitively feeling is falling away from your life. And it might be something that you guys don't even notice is falling away from you. Another message that I'm getting is that maybe this is depicting you guys falling away from this energy right here. That to me feels more in alignment with the rest of the messages that I'm seeing here, where it's like, you know what, like all of this fun is going on around me, but it's like I feel like this is not an energetic match for me anymore. I feel like I'm falling away from that right now. And that makes sense with you guys walking away from something as well. So maybe there is this reunion energy, this fun energy happening for you guys mid-month. But I do think that ultimately, even if you're participating in whatever this is, you're going to make the decision that it's not for you anymore. And then we end your month with the Four of Cups. So we go from the 3 to the 4. Like your emotions are all over the place this month. We go from 8 to 3 to 4. Look up angel number 834 and see if that means something. That just kind of popped into my head to share. But so Four of Cups, we kind of end feeling blah, feeling apathetic, maybe feeling like we don't really have everything figured out for us just yet, feeling kind of closed off to any new options being presented our way. So I do think, you guys, that this is still just a part of your growing, part of your spiritual growth, part of the journey that you're embarking on this month. I think this is about you guys kind of realizing, because I think these are the same girl. They all are, I think. But I think this is about you guys realizing that something maybe within your friend group or your core people that you tend to have fun with and celebrate with, something is just no longer jiving with you anymore. Something's no longer resonating with you anymore. So even though you're still going to have these people in your life, I feel, as represented here by these wine glasses, I feel like even though you're still going to have them in your life, you're just in a space where you're feeling like not in alignment with it right now. It's like you're still seeking fulfillment elsewhere. But you guys, I don't want you to feel upset about this, because I feel like the big picture of your month is about you guys growing in your power. And like that message said in the guidebook, like part of growing in your power and growing as an individual and doing what's right for you, living your purpose, living your dreams, right? Like making changes that are right for you in your life. Part of that is that sometimes certain people we just fall out of energetic alignment with. And that is okay. It doesn't mean that you don't love them. It doesn't mean that they don't love you. It doesn't mean that they're out of your life. It just might mean that you guys are not on the same wavelength right now. And that can always change. Because ultimately what you guys are moving through this month is it's an emotional journey you're taking, some emotional changes, and it's all about leveling up and stepping into your power and creating a life that's right for you. Being the catalyst for change, following in your own inner guidance and your own intuition, okay? Very, very interesting group number 2. The other thing I wanted to point out too here with this 4 of Cups, you know, like there's the 3 in front of her. We went from the 3 to the 4. Keep in mind there is a 4th cup being presented to her that she's not seeing. Her head is turned away from it. And it's probably because, you know, look at that creepy skull that it's coming out of. So this is a message for you guys to know that, like, yes, maybe these people or these experiences in your life, they will remain. You will feel like not in alignment with them, but don't be missing out on other opportunities for friendship or other opportunities for connection, just because maybe the cup giver doesn't look or seem like somebody that you would jive with, okay? Don't allow yourself to be like so blah or like emotionally closed off because of the current relationships in your life so that you miss opportunities for connection elsewhere too, okay? So this is a really cool message, group 2. I definitely am feeling like this is about you guys stepping in your power, and maybe this, you know, your friendships, the relationships in your life might be kind of, you might just find yourself not vibing with them the same way you did before. So let me know what's going on with you guys in October. Let me know what you have planned. Are you guys planning some big changes? Are you going through something with your friends? Let me know. Drop me a comment in the description box. And as always, I really appreciate you guys watching this video. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Hey guys, so if you chose group 3, which was this tiger's eye sphere, which is one of my favorite crystals in my collection, let's go ahead and see what is coming in for you as we navigate the month of October. So I've got the rest of your stack here, but let's start with the first card. Okay, we have forgiveness. This is your overall energy, releasing burden. Okay. We have victory, looking really positive there. And from your tarot messages, we have the 5 of Swords, starting off your month. We have the Queen of Cups. And we have the King of Wands. Okay. Group 3. What is going on? All right, you guys. So overall energy here, the overall energy here, as you navigate the month of October, we have forgiveness and we have victory. And there is some conflict that I'm seeing. So this is all kind of like, it's making sense for sure. Let's start with forgiveness. So we have releasing burden. So I feel like as you guys are moving through the month of October, this idea of forgiving yourself, forgiving others is going to be a prominent energy that you guys are dealing with, okay? So this says reducing burden. So I wonder if for some of you guys who are watching this video, maybe you guys tend to be people who take on the responsibilities for other people a lot. Maybe you're somebody that is always giving to others, and as a result, it's putting more burden on your back because you're taking on the responsibilities of other people, which would really make sense with this Queen of Cups here that I'm seeing. And so I feel like as you guys are moving through the month, this is about you really forgiving yourself for reducing the burden. Maybe you're having tough conversations with people. Maybe you're having conflict with people about the burdens that they're putting on you. Or it could be the other way around. Maybe you guys are putting burdens on other people. But intuitively, I'm feeling this is more about you guys. And so maybe there's a need for you to practice self-forgiveness for maybe like not necessarily being that person anymore. I'm gonna go ahead, I wanna pull a little bit more information about the forgiveness card from this guidebook, because this deck, while I can read intuitively, I do like to see the other messages that they share about the card, okay? So here's forgiveness. It says, a wrong is done, consequences you cannot deny, but to hold a grudge is to drink poison, and to think the other person will die. Ooh, this is intense. But to hold a grudge is to drink poison and think that the other person will die. Wow. Okay. So let's see what we have here. Halloween is the perfect time to pause and think about how things actually are in our lives and what heavy burdens we do not wish to carry through these harder, leaner times. Some of this heavy-heartedness may relate to old relationships or grievances. Some may relate to negative feelings we hold on to tightly about others, and even a lack of compassion for the mistakes we have ourselves made. It is said that it takes a big person to apologize, but in many ways, it takes an even bigger person to forgive. When we hold grudges, the negative energy is incredibly toxic. It is like drinking a poison and expecting the other unforgiven person to die. While we may even harbor feelings of revenge, and to be honest, that does feel good for a while, it is important that we move those feelings along to forgiveness and release as soon as possible for our own health and well-being. If you've chosen this card, think about who it is that you could be forgiving, and that includes yourself. Okay, guys, so this is making a lot of sense for me. I do think that there is a conflict for sure. And actually, I know that there's a conflict happening in the month of October for you guys. And this message of forgiveness is all about you guys being able to release the burden of a grudge, either toward yourself for mistakes that you've made or toward this other person for mistakes that they've made. And with this victory here, and it's right next to the 5 of Swords, I cannot help but think that this conflict is going to really feel like a battle. Like there's this energy of victory, of like wanting to win whatever this is, wanting to come out on top of whatever this is. Like there's definitely a competitive energy coming through for you. But I'm also seeing this as a really positive message that, you know, you will be victorious in your ability to release and let go of whatever this grudge or whatever this kind of negative energy is in your life, okay? So let's get into the details. So we start off your month here with the 5 of Swords. So you guys, 5 of Swords is a really petty energy, you know? A lot of times it's like you're playing these like mental, you know, tit for tat with people. You can see she's holding a lot of knives, just all too ready to stab someone in the back who might say the wrong thing to her or do the wrong thing. I also get here too, again, with this victory message, it's like wanting to win an argument that really no one's going to win in the argument anyway. Okay. So like, it's just like those petty, like tit for tat, petty back and forth where it's like, there's this need to come out on top and to have all the swords to herself. But like in the end, no one wins, because if you look here, these 2 women are just like grieving. They're walking away. They're like, whatever, I lost, I'm sad. And now she's by herself with all these knives. And it's like, she's like, what the heck am I going to do with these like, knives by myself? This is stupid. We could have all cooked together instead of me now having to cook by myself. Okay. So that's what I mean. It's like nobody is going to win this argument. So if you guys are experiencing conflict with people in your life, it's definitely going to be more prominent toward the beginning of the month of October. And I think it's just really important for you guys to remember that like a petty victory is not a victory. So you got to ask yourself, like, is this really worth it for me to come out on top in whatever this argument is? Or is there a way that I can bring some sort of compassion into the situation, take the high road in the situation? You know, because for some of you guys, it may not necessarily be you that's instigating the fight, but maybe it's somebody else that's coming at you with this energy of wanting to like be underhanded with you and go tit for tat with you. And they're trying to like start a fight with you that like nobody is going to win just because they want to be right. Okay. So this conflict is going to happen in the month of October at the very beginning here, which makes sense. That's why we have forgiveness energy kind of influencing the overall energy of the month. And so the way I see this playing out is we come here to the middle of the month with the Queen of Cups. So I see this as a really beautiful energy. I feel like this is representation of either you or this other person kind of like extending the olive branch, if that makes sense, because we've got this queen, she's kind of like holding the cup out, like she's almost like she's offering the cup to somebody or to the person that she's looking at. So I do see that there is going to be a victory in the positive sense of like somebody is coming to the table, like really wanting to make sure that they can iron this out. This is all about being compassionate with one another. This is about forgiveness, right? Releasing the burdens, no longer holding a grudge, coming together and having a nice conversation where everybody feels like they can get their emotions off the table. They can feel heard emotionally and things like that. Taking care of one another. So I see that there is improvement that will happen as it pertains to whatever this conflict is, okay? Now, as we round out to the end of the month, we have the King of Wands. So this is a very different energy to be moving into. And to me, this is an energy of taking the lead. And it's also the energy of victory too. What's kind of interesting though about this King of Wands, I'm getting a couple messages. It's like, on one hand, it's like he's picked up this damsel in distress and he's like taking her away from this fire, right? Like he's almost rescuing her. But if you guys look really close, he's actually a vampire and he has like sucked the life out of her. So I do think you guys I do think that forgiveness and releasing will be achieved as you navigate toward the middle of the month, but I also think that there is a warning here with this King of Wands, just to make sure that you're not allowing yourself to like overextend that olive branch, right? Because to me, the first message that came to mind was like energy vampire, like somebody who is kind of like sucking the life out of you for their own gain. And even though they're going to pick you up and carry you, it's like you're going to be weak, you know what I mean? Because they've sucked the blood out of you like this vampire. I kind of want to pull, just because I'm curious, I'm going to pull just one more message about this King of Wands energy. Let's just go ahead and see what comes through. Sorry if you guys just heard the knock on my door. I ordered food. So let's go ahead and see. Oh, this card fell out. And it's the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. So yeah, I definitely do think with this Nine of Pentacles in the reverse for you guys, like toward the ending of the month, I do feel like this is an energy of you guys being like just sapped of your own confidence by somebody else. Like I'm not reading this as you, I'm reading this as another person. So perhaps this is the person that you guys got into the conflict with in the first place, and though you've made your efforts to kind of extend the olive branch here, it's like you're rounding out the end of the month just feeling like depleted. You know, because Nine of Pentacles, this is about you guys needing to like focus on your own self-care, focus on your money, your finances, your grounding, being able to kind of enjoy yourself a little bit. But I feel like whoever this King of Wands energy is like coming in and they're just like, they're asking too much of you, okay? It's like they're asking too much of you. They are demanding too much of you and it's making you feel depleted. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else coming through for you, group number 3, because this is a really tumultuous, it feels like really like a heavy month for you guys, and I don't want you to feel discouraged. I just think probably the most important, most uplifting message that I can give to you is to just focus on this throughout the month, the forgiveness message. If you have people in your environment that are kind of like triggering you in some way, or you have people in your life who might be taking advantage of your good, kinded nature, because I do see you guys very much as this Queen of Cups. It's like wanting to extend the olive branch, wanting things to be like calm and everybody to be happy. You know, but unfortunately sometimes this energy can be very much taken advantage of if you don't know how to set proper boundaries, okay? So I do think that if you guys can kind of focus in on the forgiveness and allow yourself to release the burden of everybody in your life having to feel taken care of by you, I think it'll bring you guys a lot more personal peace. And I also think it's like, don't be afraid to set boundaries in your life too. And it's okay to do that. Maybe you guys need to forgive yourself for putting these boundaries in place, okay? Because what I'm seeing here is that it's going to be in your highest good for you to set some clear boundaries with people in your life so that you can protect your energy. I think if you can kind of master that forgiveness, that's where the victory comes into play, okay? I think that's all that's coming through for you guys, group number 3. Please leave me a comment below. I'm really intrigued. Like, what is going on? Who is this King of Wands for you? I'm really curious. Let me know in the comments. As always, thank you guys for supporting the channel. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have an awesome month, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! Hey, pile 4, so if you guys chose the little turquoise crystal, let's go ahead and get into your October general reading. Okay, so the first message we start off with is the mummy. So this is change. Okay, what else we got? We have the third chakra, Archangel Chamuel. So that's your solar plexus. From the tarot, we have the Queen of Swords. We have the Page of Pentacles. And we have the King of Pentacles. Cool. I'm excited. You guys have a lot of good energy coming in this month, for sure. Definitely feels nice and light and exciting. So let's go ahead and start with the overall energy that's really working with you guys as you move through the month of October. So we start off with the mummy, change. We obviously all know what a mummy is, right? This is about like, you know, I think of like the word embalming, right? So it's like I feel like you guys are almost like maybe going through, I'm thinking of like a butterfly, like how it cocoons itself for preparing itself for a transformation to arise. We also have the full moon here behind this mummy. So with the full moon energy, this would indicate to me that you guys are closing out a chapter and you're preparing for something new. You're preparing for a transformation to happen in your life. This transformation is happening as you move throughout the month of October. I do feel like whatever this change is that you guys are going through, it's going to require you to really tap into that solar plexus energy here. So this is all about your I can, I will, I am, and being very confident and moving into your own personal power and really being extroverted and getting out there and doing things. I also feel like this has to do with your intellectual abilities as well, which makes sense with a lot of the energy that I'm seeing here. So maybe whatever this change is that you guys are going through, this is all about you guys mustering up inner confidence. This can be about you guys maybe learning new things, maybe expanding your knowledge, your creativity, things of that nature. But there is a big change coming in for you as you move through the month of October that's going to require you to be very confident and in your power, okay? So let's get into like the specific events and energies that I'm seeing. So we kick off your month here with this Queen of Swords energy. I think this ties in really, really well with the third chakra message that we're getting here, because when I think of the Queen of Swords, especially with her reading this book, I feel like she is trying to expand her knowledge. She's somebody who's really smart. She's somebody who is intellectual. She's very much a fair person, mind over heart, if that makes sense. So I do see you guys very much kicking off the beginning of the month of October. I feel like you guys are really searching for knowledge about something. You might be studying something new. You might be just doing a lot of research into something that's going to help propel you forward into this change. This could even be talking about you guys learning some new information that really kind of spurs or propels or catalyzes this change in you to come through. But I see you guys very much sitting in your power at the beginning of the month, kind of thinking about how you're going to move through the month from a very intellectual space, very head over heart energy, like I was saying before. I think you guys are very calm, cool, collected. You're thinking about things from a very logical perspective as you move through whatever this new beginning is, okay? So then we've got the Page of Pentacles. So this is also about learning something new. This is about maybe studying. Maybe some of you guys are going back to school or taking a class. You're starting off on like some sort of new path that's going to bring you a bit of, you know, learning and knowledge and different experiences. You can see here with this Page of Pentacles, it's almost like she's got a little flower or something there. What is that? Yeah, I think it is like a little flower that's like just kind of starting to bloom, and she's kind of like got it in her palm. You know, so I think this is symbolic to you guys that this is like a new journey that you're embarking on, and you're going to be going at it from like more of a novice perspective, and that is a-okay, right? Because we're not always going to be perfect at everything new that we do. So I see you guys very much like in the learning zone as you embark on this change, as you embark on this new journey, very much studious, very much novice in the middle of the month of October. This can also indicate curiosity as well. So I think like whatever you guys are studying, whatever it is that you guys are doing, this is something that has piqued your curiosity for a long time. Maybe for a few of you, this has to do with animals. There's a ton of animals here in this Page of Pentacles. You know, like we have the cats here, which for me, cats really represent independence. because if you think of a cat, like they don't really give a crap about what anybody thinks of them. They just do whatever they want, okay? You've also got a little rat here. When I think of rats and mice, I think of like little tiny details. And then you've got owls here, which are symbolic of wisdom. So there's a lot of elements here that could relate to what's going on with you. It could specifically have to do with animals, but it could just be the symbolic meaning of what the animal stands for as well. I do think that whatever this change is that you guys are moving through, it is going to bring you lots of wisdom. And I also think it's going to challenge you to be a bit more independent. And with the little mouse here, I do think, again, this is about learning something new and paying attention to the finer details of something, which would make sense if you're in like that beginning stage of like a job or beginning stage of, you know, a class. Like you don't know everything yet, so you've got to really hone into those details in order for you to gain that wisdom. Now, as you guys end out your month of October, you're here represented by this King of Pentacles energy. So I see you guys like really having taken whatever this is that you were moving through very seriously, because you're going from the Page mid-October to the King end of October. So this is all about you guys feeling really in your power, really grounded. I feel like you guys have mastered whatever this lesson was that you were learning, whatever this class was, whatever the situation was that you were learning. And you've got your stuff together. You know what I'm saying? Like King of Pentacles is someone that works really hard. They take care of their responsibilities. They're confident, they're successful, they're grounded, and they've got their material realm together. So their house is together, their careers together, their finances together. Anything that they would need to like support themselves is taken care of and together, as is like their responsibilities of family and friends and things like that, okay? So I do see you guys rounding out your month in your power, which makes a lot of sense. I think that it really feels like for a lot of you guys, this has to do with studying something new or learning a new idea or learning a new theory, something that's going to propel you forward into this King of Pentacles energy of just like being really like grounded and together with your life just in general. So this looks really good, Group 4. I feel like your reading is a little shorter than the rest of them, but I think the messages came through really, really clear. You guys have to let me know what's going on this month for you. What are some changes that you're anticipating? Are you guys going back to school? Are you studying something new? Are you looking for new information on a certain area of your life? What is it? Have some of you guys been maybe like meditating on your solar plexus? Have you guys been working on your confidence? Let me know. Drop me a comment. As always, I just want to thank you guys for tuning in and supporting the channel and watching my videos. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And hopefully I will see you guys in the next reading.